All right, I'm just doing a little bit of brainstorming this morning about my whole coaching philosophy. It's important for me to kind of put into words, I think, what I teach, what I coach on, the things that I believe, and kind of the point of hiring me as a coach and what I'm well suited for and what I can help clients out with. So I have this fundamental core belief that we are the creators of our reality and that our reality is shaped by the beliefs that we hold, and that the beliefs that we hold are formed by the thoughts that we think all the time. And so, by changing our thoughts and addressing our thoughts, we're able to change our beliefs. And because our beliefs create our reality, then our reality can shift into whatever we want. And that can be as open and abundant as you can fathom, because you can believe that, anything is possible for you. And so some of those beliefs are, just like I just said, anything is possible for you. I can overcome any obstacle in my way. I'm meant to thrive in this universe. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be to get to where I want to go. Some of these really, they're very open. They're very open to the abundance that can be available as we navigate our lives. Uh, there is a process of being able to address the thoughts that you have through internal family systems. This is a modality of work that allows us to address different parts of you that might be a little resistant to change or might be really attached to some of the thought processes that you have. And so that looks like part of you feels this way, part of you feels that way. We're all really used. I think we're typically understanding of that concept. Part of you might want some ice cream as you're navigating the little grocery store, and then part of you thinks like, I know that you do not want to be a fat cow wearing whatever clothes you're wearing, so let's skip the ice cream. These different parts of us are characterized by a tone of voice, maybe a feeling in the body, uh, different scripts, and they serve a very distinct purpose. So there's part of you that might want some ice cream. Uh, that part of you might be, it might have the tone of voice of like, oh, that ice cream looks so good. It would feel so good. Oh, that might be its kind of like voice. And then its goal for you might be to comfort you or to help you numb out so that you're not feeling the intensity of whatever emotions you might be feeling. Or it could just be like reaching for joy, like, oh, that would taste so good, like a bowl of ice cream. And it might even feel a certain way in your body. Like you can imagine like holding a bowl of ice cream and just being like, oh, and it feels like warm. Even though it's not warm, it feels like all like close to your heart. It feels good. It feels like home or something. And these parts also can have a different age than what we actually are. We pick up our parts, and our parts get characterized throughout our lives. And so maybe your mom gave you a bowl of ice cream whenever you were feeling sad as a kid. And so you've had this part of you developed that seeks comfort through sugar, through something cold and sweet. And and so that part of you may act in that way. So maybe that part is really really compulsive, where it feels upset when it can't have a bowl of ice cream. And that makes sense because that part of you might be 7 years old. Then we have these other parts of us that and these parts are, we'll not get into this right now, but these parts come from different places in the IFS framework. They are looked at in a certain way, but that gets down into the weeds, so we'll skip that for now. But there's other parts of us that might be older, completely different tone of voice. Like, no, you don't need a bowl of ice cream. like that's not aligned with what we're trying to do in life right now, or that doesn't align with your values, or I don't want you to be a fat cow, or it can be a really harsh voice. It could be a very like black and white kind of a voice. It might be a little bit more stern in the tone that it uses. Like, no, we're not doing that. Instead of like, oh, I want a bowl of ice cream. No. So it's kind of got that more maybe a parental type of tone. It also learns its tone from somewhere you picked that up somewhere in life, and it also has wants and desires for you. It is trying to look out for your weight, or it's trying to make you not feel bad because of sugar. It has some agenda for you as well. So it's really helpful to understand that framework, because there's nothing like if you are wanting to lose weight. For instance, say that you get into coaching because one of the goals you have, a part of your life that you want to address is your weight and your fitness, and you're wanting to lose weight. And you say to me, I sometimes when I'm at the grocery store, I just can't not have a bowl. I just have to get ice cream. I buy ice cream all the time at the grocery store. If I, as a coach, told you, you have to stop doing that. Don't do that anymore. That's me just affirming that voice that you already have inside of your head. We already have that. It can be critical or more stern or whatever that is. So that would be me just echoing that voice that you already have in your head and dismissing this very valuable part of you that is just trying to help you feel safe or protected or numb or whatever its agenda is for you, feeling joy, that that would be totally dismissing a whole part of you that's really important and can be really useful for how you navigate your life. So instead, we find ways of, sometimes it's reparenting these parts. Sometimes it's learning just how to be with these parts, understanding what these parts of us might need. And so that work is getting to know your parts really well, all the different little parts of us that want this or want that, and see this way, or judge people for doing that, or judge ourselves for doing this, or are critical, or have a problem finding joy, or really depressed, or there's parts of us that are really like kind of type A, and they're really anxious and they want to make sure they know all the details of every little thing. And there's other parts of us that are like way more go with the flow, and they feel more of like our inner child and they need a little bit of space. So it's about learning yourself and your internal system, your internal family system. It's about learning all those parts really well so that you know how you interact with your environment, with your world outside of you. Then, through that, we're then able to go through some of the thought patterns that your parts have that are maybe destructive in your life, or holding you back in areas of your life that you're wanting to grow and move towards something else, and it's not allowing you to, because whatever you're thinking creates your beliefs, and your beliefs create your reality. And so you have to be able to do this parts work, this work around understanding and reparenting and being there for and holding space for all of these different parts of you, so that you can then proactively and efficiently change your thought patterns and different situations in your life. From there, we can start to update how you are responding in your life instead of reacting. So it's this process of getting what's called unblended with your parts, where you feel like your parts are kind of more outside of you now. You can just see like, oh, I can see a part of me is wanting to numb out with ice cream, and I can see another part of me being really judgmental about that. And I'm over here. And that over here-ness, that being in the center of it all and being in the driver's seat, that's your capital S self. And your capital S self is characterized by 8 C words that I can never remember all of them, but they're really yummy. And it's like creative and calm and connected. Let me see if I can do it. And I lost it as soon as I said that. And calm. I already said calm. Creative, compassionate, whatever. There's 8 C words and they're all yummy and I forget them every time. But that is what our capital S self, the self, our spirit, who we are at our core, when we are unblended from all of our little traumatized parts or all the parts that want this for us or that for us, when we uncover ourselves in our center, that's what we are. We're curious. We're connected with other people. We're compassionate. We feel that like kindness and that softness, and we're really regulated. So to be able to access that, speaking of regulation, there's a lot of different skill sets that you need around noticing, finding out, understanding, observing, calming your nervous system. So things like journal prompts to help you slow down and identify different parts of you that might be present, and meditation become very important. So this practice of mindfulness, this practice of noticing what is, and so that's kind of the framework of your beliefs. Well, first understanding that you are the creator of your reality. Then your beliefs are what help create your reality, and not what help, but they are this out picturing in your world. Whatever you believe, whatever your thoughts are, that's what you get, this out picturing of in your reality. And it's an exact mirror of what you believe, is what I believe. And the way that you change your beliefs is by changing your thoughts. That beliefs are just thoughts that you think over and over again. You can't change your thoughts by just dismissing the ones that you don't want. You have to learn how to work with your different parts. Parts of us are developed at different areas, different times in our lives. And so we can learn how to be there for and reparent some of the parts that might need our help. And that process is called unburdening, whenever we alleviate some of our parts that have been put in inappropriate roles. So all of our parts are able to then help us out. There are no bad parts, by the way. They're all good and useful for us. And then you start to learn different mental fitness tools. I like to call all of this mental fitness. I'll talk about that in a second. But like journaling and meditation to help you with that process of regulating yourself and identifying your parts so that you can come into your self energy, your capital S self energy, characterized by these 8 C words that are all really yummy. Great. I call this mental fitness because just like if you want to go to the gym and get a bigger bicep, you can go and pick a little weight up and put it down and pick it up and put it down and pick it up and put it down. And if you do that again and again and again, every single day, your bicep will grow. We understand that, in the physical fitness world, we really understand that. But it is the same with your mindset. And that if there are, let's say you have a problem thinking positively about yourself, that means that your self-talk mental muscle is really weak. That's all that it means. And that there is a process of growing that thing. And there's this like lifting and putting it down and picking it up and putting it down and doing that process every single day that builds that mental muscle. And there's a lot of different exercises that we can go through to help you do that, both in a mental fitness routine, like time that you set aside to actually work on this, and just throughout your day. So that if you don't have time to like go to the gym or sit down with a journal or meditate or whatever, that you still get practice throughout your day, learning how to build these really important mental muscles. Whenever you get these mental muscles of like resilient, calm under stress, self-efficacy, believing in yourself that you can achieve whatever it is that you want in this life, positivity, humor is a massive one. Just being able to be light, going with the flow, not being so attached to outcomes, all of these things. What if you build a skill set around developing those mental muscles, your life becomes so good. Your life becomes everything that you could want. because you understand you are the creator of your reality, that your beliefs create that reality. The way that you think creates your beliefs. You have a skill set of working with your parts, and you've developed this like idea of mental fitness, this framework of putting all of that inside of, so that you have a daily practice of working on your mindset and showing up to your life in a certain way so that all that becomes true for you. And then your life is exactly what you want. You can handle anything. It doesn't matter what happens in your life ever. You have this understanding that you are unconditionally okay, that there's nothing that could happen that can throw you off of, I can handle everything and I can achieve anything that I want, and this life is for me and I create the life that I want to have always. Nothing can throw you off of that when you're mentally strong enough. And you get mentally strong enough by practicing this idea of mental fitness. So, in coaching with me, that's what we do. That's what we do. We learn about what it is that you really want in this life. What has been laid on your heart. Like, not egotistical things, which happy to go in that direction too. You know, we can get you the money that you want, or the car that you want, or the whatever. And like, what is your purpose? And what is the things that have been placed on your heart that you can show up in this life and have meaning, that your life really means something to you and you are fulfilled and joyful as you navigate what. So we discover what that is for you, and what do you value in this life. What are the things that are dear to your heart? So we uncover what those are first. And then we figure out all the things in your life that are in your way. What limiting beliefs do you hold that don't allow you to get what you want? What parts of you are holding you back from the trauma that they've experienced, or the stories that they've downloaded about who you are and how you're supposed to show up, and all the expectation, whatever is all in that. We sit with your parts, do a little bit of unburdening or some helping out or holding space for whatever that process might look like for you specifically. And then we begin to change your thoughts. Just going through your life's situations and thinking like, well, how would the person who lives in this way, and the way that you really, really want to live, and holds the beliefs that that person has, how would they think in this situation, in that situation? And then we brainstorm some scripts together of like, okay, well, then the next time this happens, let's try this out. Like, catch yourself, find your breath. That's why you practice meditation. And then you'll just implement these scripts. You'll just, in your head, you'll say like, okay, this is okay. I can name all these things that are, all these emotions that are from, I can sense all these parts. Here's the part that wants ice cream. Here's the part that's really judgy about that. Here's the part that blah, 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 whatever. We'll sit with all of that. And then you get to change your thoughts. And that becomes a rep. And then we just keep repping. And then that turns into your belief. And then your reality is this 100% accurate out-picturing mirror of your beliefs. And then you get to apply that to every part of your life and whatever you want. It's so fun. It's so fun to go through that process. And it can be kind of tumultuous. It can be really hard and really scary. And a lot of emotion comes up in that whole process. And it's not just like, this isn't just goal setting. It is not like, well, what do you want in 5 years? Let's break that down into 1 year and 1 month. And all that stuff is useful. And it's stuff that I teach as well. There are parts of us that are really good at that and need that. I have a part of me that loves the whole vision for my life and breaking it down and having this like plan and So yeah, it's nice to entertain those parts that love the goal setting side of things. And this is emotional work. This is uh, learning who you are, what you want, what gets in your way, and how to fix that, and establishing a practice in your life of doing that. So that's what I believe. There's some more important things that come up for me as I just think about what I teach in coaching. One of those things is that we have this internal guidance system that has been given to us. It's our birthright, and it's this feeling good and feeling bad. And whenever we feel good, that is a sign that we're heading in the right direction. And when we feel bad, that's a sign that that's not the right direction. And getting in tune with that and understanding that the only thing that ever actually exists is this right here, right now moment, that the past is always in the past. It's always just like right on the other side of right now, but it's like it's just gone. It's not here anymore. We can talk about it. We can talk about what just happened, but what just happened isn't happening right now. The only thing that's happening right now is this right here, right now moment, this moment, and this moment, and this moment, and this one, and this one, and this one. This is all that exists. It's just right here, right here, right here, all day, every day, for your entire life. That's the only thing that actually exists. And then in the future, which a lot of the times we get caught up in worrying about or feeling anxious about, or it's always right here. It's always just right ahead of it. It's not actually here. It's right ahead of us. As much as it affects our present sometimes, it's not here. It's not real. So the only thing that matters in this right here, right now moment is this broader perspective of how all of this works. It's this broader, what is your relationship to that broader perspective, which is my beliefs create my reality. I'm the creator of all of this. I co-create with the universe. I am creating this whole magical little experience for myself. My beliefs are what influence that. All my beliefs are the thoughts that I think. I have this framework for working with my parts to update my parts so that they are thinking the things that I need to be thinking, to believe these things so that my reality is in this way, and have this practice of mental fitness to be able to exercise all of this in my day-to-day life. And the only thing that exists is right here, right now. And in this right here, right now, I have this wildly intelligent internal compass called my emotions, and I feel different emotions. And when I feel good, this right here, right now moment is heading in a correct, nice little direction for me that will feel really good. And when this right here, right now moment doesn't feel really good, the most important thing for me to do is to get in a place of feeling good. It's to practice this parts work. It's to practice talking to my parts in a way that make me less reactive. Or it's this process of being there for myself in this moment so that the next feels a little bit better. What can I do now to make this moment feel better, and this moment feel better, and this moment feel better? And then your life unfolds in the best way that it can. What a yummy, yummy feeling. But that's my coaching philosophy. And very long-winded coaching philosophy, but there it is. And if you are someone who resonated with anything that I just said, reach out. Reach out about coaching. It can be so life-changing. It could be so life-changing to learn these concepts and then to have a professional guide you through how to implement them in your life. And then a year from now, your life looks so different. You're on a wildly different trajectory going through your life. And that's available to you. So that's the invitation. And if that interests you, reach out. Let me know what you think. And I would love to work with you. Unless we're not a good fit, and then I wouldn't love to work with you. But if you think that we'd be a good fit, I'd love to work with you and see what that can look like for you. So you can reach me at my website really easily. It's rustyholmes.com, or on any of the social media platforms. It's Rusty Holmes Horn. And yeah, go forth, be awesome. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Chase your dreams.